They called it Roanoke, a small island off the coast of what is now North Carolina, wrapped in mist, kissed by waves that whisper like forgotten prayers. It began as a dream to plant a piece of England on the edge of the New World. But tonight, as the wind moves through the old pines of the island, it still carries the same question. What happened to the people who came here and never came back? In the summer of 1587, more than 100 settlers, men, women, and children, arrived with hopes as bright as the dawn. They built wooden homes near the shore, raised small gardens, and carved out a fragile existence in the vast unknown. But one day, they vanished. No bodies, no signs of struggle. Only one word left behind, carved into a wooden post, Croatoan. Even now, centuries later, historians, archaeologists, and dreamers search for answers. But perhaps Roanoke doesn't want to be found. Tonight, as we drift between history and dream, let's return to that silent island and listen for what the wind remembers. The story begins in the age of exploration, when Europe's kingdoms reach for the horizon, desperate to claim new lands. In 1584, Queen Elizabeth I granted Sir Walter Raleigh permission to establish an English colony in the New World. He sent ships across the Atlantic to scout possible locations, and they found Roanoke, lush, fertile, surrounded by calm waters. But what the explorers saw as paradise was already home to others. Native tribes had lived here for centuries. They knew the rhythm of the tides, the dangers of the forests, and the whispers that came from the marshes at night. When the first English settlers arrived, relations were tense but hopeful. The locals shared food. The settlers shared metal tools and fabrics. For a moment, it seemed peace might take root. Then supplies ran low. Ships failed to return. And fear, quiet, creeping fear, began to settle over the wooden homes. When Governor John White left the colony to return to England for more resources, he promised to come back soon. But storms, war, and fate had other plans. It would be 3 years before he returned. When he did, there was nothing left. Imagine stepping ashore after years away. The same beach, the same trees, yet no voices, no smoke, no laughter. That's what John White found in 1590. The houses were gone, the fort dismantled. No graves, no bonus. Only that word, Croatoan, carved deep into a wooden post. White's heart must have ached. His daughter, Eleanor Dare, and his newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World, were gone. He searched nearby islands. He called out their names into the wind, but the sea gave no answer. Later explorers would find hints. European tools among native villages, pale-eyed children speaking English words, rumors whispered by tribes of visitors who came and vanished again. But every clue led only to more silence. It was as if Roanoke had been gently erased, not destroyed, but absorbed. Over the centuries, many have tried to explain what happened. Some believe the settlers moved inland and joined the Croatoan tribe, living out their days peacefully among them. Others whisper that famine and disease drove them to despair. And a few suggest something darker. Some say Roanoke sits on land older than memory, a place sacred to the spirits of the first peoples, that the island itself rejected those who try to claim it. Even modern archaeologists say the soil behaves strangely there, shifting, swallowing, erasing traces faster than nature should allow. In a quiet way, the Roanoke mystery became a mirror of human history, a reflection of how easily hope can vanish in a time. As centuries passed, England preferred silence. The failure of Roanoke was an embarrassment, a blemish on the nation's pride. So it was rewritten, forgotten, buried under the success of later colonies like Jamestown. Some documents from the era even disappeared. Reports, letters, and maps that might have held clues. A few historians whisper that certain findings were locked away in the British archives, labeled as irrelevant or inconclusive. But history's ghosts rarely stay buried forever. Archaeologists still return to the island, And every few years, something new emerges, a shard of pottery, a fragment of armor, a small copper badge. Each discovery feels like a whisper from the past, saying, "We were here." The wind still moves through the pines of Roanoke. The island still hums softly with the sounds of crickets and waves. But at night, when the fog rolls in and the stars fade, locals say you can hear faint voices, laughter, a child's cry, the echo of a song no one remembers. Maybe it's just the wind, or maybe history has its own way of dreaming. Tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine those settlers, not vanished, but resting peacefully beneath the sand, their story carried on by the sea breeze. And perhaps, if you listen closely enough, the island will whisper it back. The night grows quiet now. The bells have long since stopped their echo, and the marble corridors of the Vatican are wrapped again in silence. Somewhere beneath those stones, beneath centuries of prayer and secrecy, the names of the lost popes still rest, hidden, unspoken, but not forgotten. For history, no matter how deeply buried, has a way of breathing through the cracks. A flicker of candlelight on a wall, a name half heard in a dream, a single page that refuses to burn. The church may guard its archives, but time itself is the truest archivist, and time remembers everything. When you close your eyes tonight, imagine those quiet halls, the faint scent of incense, the soft hum of secrets sleeping under marble. Each echo you hear in the dark might be the breath of a story, trying gently to wake. So let it rest. Let the mystery remain whole. And as you drift into sleep, remember, some truths are not meant to be found, only felt, like a whisper in candlelight. Good night, and may the forgotten rest in peace. The story has faded now. Only the silence remains. In that silence, somewhere beyond the walls of time, the lost popes rest, their crowns turned to dust, their voices melted into the hum of eternity. No archive, no names, just the soft rhythm of history breathing in the dark. The Vatican sleeps above them, and even its stones seem to dream. If you listen carefully, you might still hear it, a faint murmur beneath the marble, like the turning of pages in a book that never ends. And maybe, just maybe, each dream you dream tonight is another hidden story that the world was not ready to remember. So close your eyes. Let the mystery rest beside you. Let the centuries drift away, like smoke in candlelight. You are safe now. The night is deep, and all secrets are asleep. The story has ended. The candles have gone out, and still the night watches over you. Somewhere beyond the clouds, the same stars that once shone over the lost popes now shine upon you. Their light travels across centuries, whispering through the sky, gentle, unbroken, eternal. Take a slow breath in and let it go. You are not in the world of noise anymore. You are in the space between stories, a quiet place where even time rests. The marble halls are still. The books are closed. The secrets sleep again beneath the stone. Let your thoughts float, like dust in sunlight. No need to remember. No need to search. Only silence. Only warmth. Only peace. Tonight, you are part of the same silence that guarded the Vatican for 1,000 years. Close your eyes and let sleep carry you into the gentle dark. Good night. You are safe, and the world is quiet now. The night has deepened. Outside, the wind moves gently through the empty courtyards of Rome. The marble walls breathe softly, like an old man dreaming of his youth. You are still here, but the world has already begun to fade. Close your eyes and see the door. A tall wooden door, carved with forgotten symbols. It stands in the middle of the dark. It waits for you. Beyond it, there is no sound, only the slow heartbeat of the earth. This is the dream gate, where the stories that were erased come alive again, not in words, but in whispers. You step forward. The air is cool. The scent of old parchment and candle smoke fills your breath. A voice, faint, familiar, calls your name. It's the voice of the forgotten, the lost, the erased. And as you listen, You realize, somewhere within your own dreams, the lost popes are still praying, not to be remembered, but to be forgiven. Let the gate open now and drift through into the silence where memory sleeps. You walk through the gate and find yourself inside a library that shouldn't exist. The air is cool, heavy with dust and something older than memory. Books line the walls, endless rows disappearing into darkness. No laves, no light, only the faint glow of golden dust drifting like fireflies. You move slowly, your footsteps echoing against marble floors that feel alive. On one of the shelves, you notice a book that breathes. Its cover rises and falls. As if asleep, you reach out, and when your fingers touch it, the book whispers. A name, soft, ancient, a name erased from every page of history. Then another name, and another. Voices of popes who were never crowned, never remembered, never forgiven. Their prayers drift through the room like candle smoke, wrapping around you. Gentle, sorrowful, but peaceful. It is not fear you feel now. It is remembrance. Every name you hear is a soul finally being remembered, if only in a dream. And as you listen, you understand the truth. That history never forgets. It only waits for someone quiet enough to hear it breathe. Somewhere beyond the library, a faint sound begins. Not quite a bell, not quite a heartbeat, something in between. You follow it through the shadows, past walls that shimmer like water, until you reach an open courtyard. There, hanging in the air, are bells, hundreds of them, some cracked, some whole, all waiting to ring. But they never did. Their ropes were cut, their sound forbidden. These were the bells meant to announce the popes who vanished, those who were chosen, then silenced before the world could know their names. Their bells were hung, but never heard, their faith locked in silence. And yet, when the wind moves just right, you can still hear the faint hum, a note carried by time, too soft for waking ears, but perfect for dreams. You stand still. The sound vibrates through your chest. It's not sorrow, it's peace, because even the bells that never rang still hold the echo of belief. You look up, the stars tremble, the bells shimmer, and for a moment, you feel forgiven for everything forgotten. The bells fade, the sound melts into the wind, and you find yourself inside a small chapel. The air is warm. Golden light flows through cracked stained glass, painting the floor with colors that move like slow fire. No priests, no choir, only silence, and the quiet flutter of candle flames. In the center of the room stands an altar made of pale stone. It glows faintly, as if remembering something holy. You step closer, and on the altar rests a candle that never burns out. Its flame bends gently, as though greeting you. Around it, portraits of forgotten popes hang in the shadows. Their eyes are closed, their faces calm. They are not watching, they are sleeping. And suddenly you realize this chapel was never for worship. It was built for rest, a place for tired souls to sleep in light. The church forgot them, history erased them, but light never did. The flame flickers softly, and as it does, you feel something ease within you, a weight lifting, a peace settling in. You breathe, slow, deep, still, and the light breathes with you. The candle's glow trembles softly, and in its light, the air begins to shimmer. A voice, not yours, not anyone's, whispers a prayer without sound. No words, only warmth, only peace. You stand still before the altar. The forgotten popes are gathered in the quiet now, not in robes, but in light. Each one bows their head, their crowns melting into gold dust that drifts upward like stars. One of them looks toward you and smiles. It is not sorrow, it is release, because every secret finds its silence, and every story finds its rest. You feel a soft breath move through the room, as if the world itself is exhaling. You have not come to discover the truth. You have come to remember peace. The chapel fades. The bells are gone. Only the hum of light remains. And in that glow, you finally understand the true benediction. is not spoken, it is felt. May your heart rest where the forgotten sleep, and may your dreams be gentle. The light fades. The chapel dissolves into gold and shadow. You're no longer walking. You're drifting. The marble beneath your feet turns to mist. The air becomes soft like velvet. The sound of the world disappears. Somewhere far away, a final candle sighs and goes out. And in that darkness, you find peace. Not the peace of forgetting, but the peace of becoming still. The lost popes are gone now. The bells are silent. The archives rest. Only the rhythm of your breath remains. Slow, calm, infinite. You feel yourself falling, not downward, but inward, into the soft cradle of time. Each breath carries you deeper, beyond sound, beyond story, beyond a last echo of thought. And there, in that endless quiet, sleep takes your hand. The mystery is over now. Let go. You are safe. You are home. Good night, and may your dreams remember what even history has forgotten. The night is not over. Somewhere beneath another city, an ancient door has begun to open. What lies behind it? No one remembers. In the next story, we descend into the catacombs below Rome and uncover the disappearance of Amelia Earhart, the sky that never gave her back. Sleep now. The next mystery awaits. When the candles are lit again, subscribe, and we'll meet again in the dark.